Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee on this Tuesday, February 25th. Happy to be here with you this morning. And the time is 5 o'clock. That means it's also time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at that forecast this morning. And Megan, we have some warmer weather on the way, as you have said. And we're not even in a first alert weather day today, which is also amazing news for us as well. So what can folks expect as they head out the door today?
Well, Amelia, not only are we seeing warmer temperatures this afternoon, but we're going to be seeing warmer temperatures this morning. In fact, as we look at the difference in temperature now compared to this time yesterday, I mean, take a look as you're traveling towards Monticello, 28 degrees warmer at this time than this time yesterday. 22 degrees warmer in Moorhead, 18 degrees warmer for Hazard, Irvin, and Somerset. So definitely off to a warmer start this morning. In fact, those temperatures are in the 40s, seeing 50 degrees as you're traveling towards Moorhead, 51 for Irvin. Now we do have some colder areas as you're traveling a little bit more towards Virginia, still in the 20s, but we're going to see those temperatures warm up as we're going through the next couple hours. So there's some good news for that. As we head into the afternoon, even warmer temperatures, even better. We're looking in the low to mid 60s. Warmest in our area, looking at 68 for Middlesboro. Most places are below 66 degrees. Harlan, Williamsburg, both at 66. Now we do have a little bit of rain in the area this morning as we're traveling a little bit more towards the north, towards Moorhead, West Liberty, and just north of Paintsville and Louisa. Now we'll see that move on through. By the time we get to 9 o'clock, it'll be completely clear, and we're looking at nice and mostly sunny skies for the rest of your Tuesday. Amelia.
All right, thank you, Megan. Well, nonprofits, schools, churches, and other teams are coming together to form a village to help those in need after the Valentine's Day weekend flood. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino begins our flooding aftermath coverage from Pike County.
It takes a village to clean up after a natural disaster. Throughout the region, volunteers have collaborated, worked together, and partnered up to create a village of hope and community.
Eastern Kentucky folk, we're just a resilient bunch, and I love to see people come together for each other, and it's been heartwarming. We've had a lot of really good support from everywhere.
Shelby Valley High School and the Kentucky Dream Team Center came together the night of the flood to host a shelter, but it didn't stop there. The help continued to grow. They have been working to distribute household items such as cleaning supplies, hygiene products, clothing items, baby essentials, and more. And it is continuing to expand. Mercy Chefs, a nonprofit organization that travels to aid those in need after a disaster, is joining to provide hot restaurant quality food to victims in the area.
Our whole mission is for neighbors to help neighbors, and that is what we have seen here in Kentucky.
Together, they have helped many in a desperate time of need. Thousands of hearts touched in the walls of Shelby Valley High.
And sometimes comfort food is the way to somebody's heart, just to smile and say, we're here for you, we hear your needs, and we want to bless you.
A devastating event that allows community to bring hope and light to each other, to make Kentucky strong once again.
It's been heartwarming. It makes me feel good about the world. I think we got a chance.
In Pike County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Mercy Chef says they have already served 14,000 meals and plan to stay as long as they are needed. President Donald Trump approved Governor Beshear's request for an expedited major disaster declaration for Kentucky. The declaration releases federal funding for some counties impacted by the flooding. It currently includes individual and public assistance for Breathitt, Clay, Harlan, Knott, Lee, Letcher, Martin, Owsley, Perry, and Pike counties. As damage assessments continue, more counties could be added. Governor Beshear says 22 deaths are now being blamed on the weather since Valentine's Day. 7 of those are in eastern Kentucky. 4 are in Pike County alone. 3 deaths there are related to floodwaters. 1 is hypothermia. Other deaths in our area were in Morgan County, also due to hypothermia, and flood-related deaths in Clay and Floyd counties. A boat is still the only way in and out of the confluence area in Leslie County. This is a look at the water yesterday afternoon. Officials tell us it's dropping, but it could still take another 2 to 4 days for it to completely go down. Right now, crews are making 4 to 5 trips a day to bring food, supplies, and people in and out.
It's pretty rough. I mean, when we need something, we usually boat out. We boat probably, I think it's like 1.5 miles, maybe longer, up through there. And I don't know, if you ain't never done it before, it'd probably be pretty rough. Being around the water, it really sucks.
Officials say a concern later is if the water drops to where boats cannot reach, but cars still cannot drive, then that cuts off the community even further. Leslie County schools will remain closed for today. Communities in Floyd County are working to clean up and move forward after the recent flooding tore through the region. And Christian Appalachian Project is working hand in hand with some of those most in need. WYMT's Buddy Forbes took a look at the cleanup mission in Martin.
From the ghost of kitchen cabinets to the waterlogged toy box.
It's hard to see because of what it looked like before, and knowing that my mom and dad worked hard to have it, and a lot of their possessions are gone now. But I know once it's fixed back, it'll be fixed back better than what they had before.
The Lafferty family home was ravaged by the raging waters of the February 15th flood, reaching higher in their Martin community than neighbors have seen in decades.
This is the first time the family's ever had to go through anything like this, so a lot of emotions going through. Glad they're safe.
Edward Lafferty says his parents have lived in their home on Cracker Street for 6 years, but the house contained memories that span decades, and it will require a lot of work to get it back in livable condition. So when his co-workers at Christian Appalachian Project heard his family was in need, they wanted to get hands out to help.
The family that's here has kind of got a deeper connection with us. It's one of our own, some of their family members that's been impacted.
Crews began cleaning up the home Monday, tearing up carpet, taking down underpinning, and dragging ruined items to the curb, saying the Laffertys are not able to do that work on their own. And though the main goal is to get the family back in their home,
they're all thankful they're still alive and safe, so, and they're all looking forward to them to be back here.
CAP workers say they want to provide a little healing every step of the way.
And so if there's a chance that we can offer someone hope, or just an encouraging word, or just our presence being there, to me, that's speaks for itself as far as the blessing that it is to get to be a part of this.
Helping the Laffertys shoulder the load. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The home is one of many in the community that was hit by the high water. CAP workers are talking with neighbors to assess their needs as well. Another group is doing its part to help flood survivors. Volunteers with Crisis Response International are mucking out homes throughout eastern Kentucky. On Monday and this past weekend, the team is helping a hazard woman who ran a daycare out of her home. She lost her house, car, and job because of the flood.
This is a key house. It's also a wonderful lady in the community. She lost her house, but because she had a daycare here, she lost her business, and she also lost her car. So we have a high amount of compassion for what she's going through right now, so we decided to help her first.
Volunteers say it is their mission to help as many people as possible. Some folks even made their way from Asheville, North Carolina to help eastern Kentuckians. Appalachian Regional Healthcare is still collecting supplies for flood relief. ARH is asking for donations of cleaning supplies like bleach, heavy-duty garbage bags, mops, and shovels. They are also asking for baby care items, household essentials like toilet paper and paper towels, and new unused clothing. The IRS is offering tax relief for those impacted by winter weather and flooding in Kentucky. Following the federal disaster declaration, anyone who lives or owns a business in the state qualifies for the relief. You now have until November 3rd to file various federal, individual, and business tax returns and make payments. If you were affected and receive a late filing or late payment notice, be sure to call that number on the notice to make the IRS decline the penalty. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, confusion is in the air after unclear directions about federal layoffs.
And we have slight rain chances in the forecast this morning, but more rain chances are on the way.